Hey guys, it's July 7th, 2017. That means it's 07/07/27. 2017. So, that's actually pretty good numbers to play if you play the lottery. 07/07/2017. Okay, welcome back. Marksman. I was going to your old videos, and he's got some really good stuff. 1/72nd scale stuff. And that being what it is, of course, I had to pull out my stuff as well. And then what happens is this. Miguel asked me, he's got about 800 1/72nd figures. So then he asked me, how much do I have? So now I'm working the midnight shifts, and I worked one double, and I've worked 2 regular shifts, which seems like a vacation. But the wife says to me, no more counting your little soldiers. Well, she said, no more playing with your little soldiers. And I thought to myself, well, I'm not going to play with them. I'm going to count them now, because Miguel asked me how many little toy soldiers I had. So, that being said, it's curious, so I had to take them all out again and count them out, separate them, figure out what I wanted to do. And then I get this notion that, okay, I'm going to do 28 millimeters, and seeing how I already have the 1/72nd scale stuff, why not do that too? So, yeah, I think I'm high as a kite. So that being said, this is what I came out with. In my 1/72nd scale French, I have 1,264 infantry. Hey, what's up? Oh, what's that? Another book. Ah, that was my father. Okay, so let's see what I got a book in the mail. Let's see, yes, I take care of my father. Good God, I'm gonna cut my own fingers off here. See what we got. Talk about ad hoc, right? Yes. I wanted another copy of this book. This book right here, it's Waterloo, Day of Battle. It's a library book. Oh shit, really? It's one of the first books I read when I was a kid on Napoleon in Waterloo, and I got it from the Lowell City Library. Wow. And it's let me show you. Let me show you what this is. So basically, this is the book that I started reading when I was a kid, and it's David Howitt's Waterloo, Day of Battle. It's got a pretty good fold out here. Dust cover. It's a library book, and wow, last time it was taken out was 2006, so I must have sold it. Oak Lawn Public Library. They received 1989. How about that, huh? And this was my favorite book. They also have this on audio tape, cassette tape, if you can find it. It's pretty cool. I do have it. Where it is, I don't have a clue. It's got to be down this hall somewhere. But it does have black and white lithographs. And it's you know, it's tells you all about Waterloo. you know, what led up to it, basic, you know, that stuff. What led up to it, politically wise, and then the army's involved, and it goes into a little bit of WoW, and I'm sorry, Lene, and then WoW. But this was, and it's got some great photographs, paintings. Nice. I know I'm breezing through this because I don't want to take too much time. It's definitely a cool book. It's been around for a long, long time. I got this real cheap. It was like $5. So it might look like I'm spending a lot of money, but I'm not. What I'm doing is I'm trying to pick up things relatively cheap. Though I gotta admit, today I did spend some money. I went to the hobby store this afternoon, and basically what I was looking for was Marksman had said he picked up. He had a video on the 95th Rifleman at Waterloo by Italeri, and I wanted to go pick up a box for my 172nd sets, and so I walked in this hobby store and said hi to the guys, and I looked around and I saw several sets that I liked, and I spent about $80, but I put it on a credit card because I left the house without my wallet. I'll figure that one out. So I left the house without the wallet, and so that left me with like, I think, $20 in cash, and this is one of my favorite paintings, yeah. And I said, oh no, I put everything on the countertop. I didn't have it, so I keep my, I have a second wallet with all my credit cards stashed in my car, hidden away. So I ran out to the car and I got my Wells Fargo's credit card, and I put the purchase on the credit card, which I guess credit card wise it's not bad because it's not going to affect my bank account as drastically as the $80 would. That's the Prince of Orange. As the $80 would if it had just come right out of my debit. So I intentionally went in to get the 95th, and that's La Belle Alliance, yesteryear, and then it says and today, but that's the, guys, this is like at least what, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Wow. So I paid for the stuff, and I picked up 3 boxes of 1/72nd scale stuff. I didn't find it. I did not find the 95th, which is what I originally wanted to do. But I did notice that when I was counting out the soldiers for Miguel to tell him how much I had, I noticed that I had a severe lack of Prussians. No cavalry, 2 artillery pieces, and about 300 soldiers, maybe, if that. What did I get for that? Oh, 135 infantry for the Prussians, 2 guns, no cavalry. So the way, yeah, I know I'm all over the place. The way things went down, there was 1,264 infantry, French infantry, 49 artillery pieces, 104 cavalry, and for the British, I have 571 infantry, well, I should say British and Allies, 571 infantry, 23 artillery pieces, 121 cavalry. Then for the Prussians, I have 135 infantry, 2 artillery, and no cavalry. Though I do have on order 200 Airfix British line and 200 French Airfix line coming in the mail from a private sale, which I got pretty cheap. Now, I was originally going to use the French to fill out my French line troops, but seeing how little Prussians I had, I'm going to probably swap them over to Prussians, because I do have some line French from the Airfix is painted up as Prussians, because the Airfix was basically basic. They were good figs for the time. They really were, and I'm not knocking them. I love them. You know, I grew up with those things. So, but the thing is they were so the detail wasn't so great that you could actually utilize them in several different units, different countries. And that's what I was doing. I was using the French line for Belgian troops. I believe the Dutch, if I'm not mistaken, that had the Shakos, and then the Prussians with the same type of Shako. But we'll see. So now what I ended up doing was I didn't find the 95th, so I ended up grabbing 3 boxes of the 172nd scale. This I thank Marksman for, because of this gentleman right here, right there, Napoleon. I did not have Napoleon in 172nd scale, so when I saw Marksman's video on this French Imperial General Staff here, box number 6016, 172nd scale, I had to go out and get it. And you know what? And the thing is I didn't even know they had it there, but it was there. It was buried under all the other boxes of stuff. Now, Marksman actually already did a box opening for these, so I'm not gonna go into great detail, but it's actually a pretty cool set. Thanks, Marksman, for pointing that out. That definitely goes into my Waterloo set over there, and that's that box right there. And Marksman did a pretty good review on those guys. So next, I already cut these open to show, and I do have 1 sprue of Prussians, so I wanted to check this out. And I was pretty disappointed with this box. This is a box of Prussians, and 172nd scale. You get 3 sprues, and they're all the same. They are all the same, which I thought was, and this is why I'm disappointed in this set. The reason why is the command staff should have been separate. They could have had 1 single command set over to the side and give you 4 sprues, or at least 2 sprues with your soldiers, instead of you got 1 sprue, and this is what you're looking at. Let's clear off a little space here. All right. So you get this 1 sprue, and on this 1 sprue, you have the officer's horse with the officer right here. Then you have a standard bearer here. Then you have another, I don't know what this guy's doing. He's sitting on his butt right there. And then you got another guy just standing around, you know. Maybe he's, I don't know, whatever. He's got a mug and he's having a coffee, you know, because it's early in the morning and everyone's relaxing. This guy's sleeping right here, you know. Let's see. So, and the old U.S. Marine Corps maxim is this: why stand when you can sit, right? And why sit when you can lay down? Yeah, I know he's a casualty. I'm just kidding. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 soldiers you can actually use. So that gives you 3 sprues of 9 equaling 27 soldiers with 1, 2, yeah, so six figures that more or less are diorama figures. So altogether you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 on sprue. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So basically 30, you can make a unit of 32 with some extra stuff. So that was for my Prussians. So I was hoping to get a wee bit more, but that's what it is. So then I went and I got this box here of Prussian cavalry because I don't have any cavalry whatsoever for the Prussians. So I figured, hey, why not, right? So this one here wasn't too bad. Command, you got bugler, standard bearer right there, which isn't too bad. Then you got your 3 sprues, which are all the same.